G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm glad it's the end of the week, to be honest. I've been doing a fair bit of work on my other business as well, and it's taken a bit of a toll this week. I'm feeling a little bit worn out right now. But we've got one trading session to go, which is New York AM. So let's get ready to have a look at that. But first, we're going to jump over to the calendar and then we'll head over to the charts. And we might even just take a look at any opportunities that London might have had for us. Having a look at the calendar, we do have 10 a.m. news today, prelim, UAM consumer sentiment, and inflation expectations. Now, I think this actually used to be an orange folder news, and it looks like they've shifted that to red, which is good because it actually did move the market quite a lot at times. So good to see that they've shifted that to a red folder. I'm not sure when that move happened, but it's just something I've picked up on now. So if you're going to look to take a position, if you're already in something prior to 10 a.m., definitely look to get out of that position before the news drops and then reevaluate after news. Let's jump over to the chart. Now, I'd love to say that Apex has extended their sale, but they have not. So you can't get 80% off at the moment with Apex, but if you use code Jimmy, you will always get 50% off. So you can always guarantee at least 50% off with code Jimmy when you grab your Apex evals. And of course, Tradeify 30% off to 35% off, depending on the eval you grab, until the end of the month. Code Jimmy Trades for Tradeify. Okay. Let's have a look here. We're on the 5-minute chart for NQ. And it might look a little bit choppy, but there was a couple of little opportunities here. And I was initially looking for price to run lower, maybe take to the Asian low. But this trade got invalidated when we started to return around here. What we do have is there was this as a breaker here. And if we bring up ES, looking at the same time, we're just about here. Where are we? Bringing up ES would be a good idea. All right, that's better. That's better. Usually opens straight away on ES. So I don't know why that happened. But anyway, so we have an SMT here. SMT at the low. Into an hourly point of interest. So if we have a look at the hourly, before we get rid of that chart now. This is where that SMT was, but this is an hourly one. It's not the one we were looking at. But we were down into a small bullish FEG. So there was an FEG here. So we did have a high time frame point of interest. And we were coming off a bullish change in the state of delivery through here. So although this didn't initially jump out at me, this does make sense. It's a valid trade. And of course, if you were to set your stop at the low, which would be the right thing to do, targeting 2R, which is pretty much right at the Asia high there, you eventually got 2R. A little bit of drawdown, but we respected the bullish FEG here. We respected the change in state of delivery on the lower time frame to the tick. This is beautiful respect shown here to this opposing candle. So a great little long there if you were able to grab that. The other opportunity, you could have taken off a close through here with a retest to the opposing candle. And if you were to set your stop at or below, so here's a great spot, the 50% level of this opposing candle range, and target 2R. We do also get 2R out of that. So 2 opportunities to get into a position here during London, which both achieved 2R. Let's jump over to gold, because I'm pretty sure gold also gave up an opportunity. We had a nice change in the state of delivery here off the Asia low. So perfect. That would have been your entry. You could have looked for this being a large breaker. You wouldn't have got a fill, okay? If you were trying to trade off the breaker, you wouldn't have got a fill on that. The change in the state of delivery entry here was your best opportunity, and you could have market ordered in once you got a candle closure through that level, and that would have got you into a position, and you could have just ridden that at least up to the highs here, trailed from that point. Would have been a great little trade as well. What did CL? Did CL give us anything? Yep, straight out of a higher time frame point of interest down here. So we see that we've got this hourly bullish FEG. Okay. Price tapped down into that. We have a bullish breaker. Unfortunately, no opportunity to get in onto that trade. So even with this close through, the change in the state of delivery here, the close through is just too high to consider market ordering in. For me, at least, I wouldn't market order in there. But a nice valid trade, and easily ran to 2R. So there was opportunities in London. Some you could have got a fill on, some you couldn't, but opportunities nonetheless. So just a nice opportunity to have a look at the charts, see what trades may or may not have presented during London. Okay, let's do a quick daily preview, see what we've got. Here on NQ, we are still respecting this bearish FEG here. Now, do we have an SMT with the S? We do have an SMT at the lows. So something to consider there. We've got a small wick to the downside. We could see a potential expansion here, testing this range again, this bearish FEG rather. We're going to want to see how price reacts to this level. We want to make sure we don't see price starting to fall back underneath this opposing candle. And then if that's the case, price will likely start to run lower. So bullish, it does look like we might have a bullish day. Let's clear these up. So Tuesday put in the low of the week, but we didn't really get any continued expansion through. So maybe we'll see a bit of movement today. Let's have a look at the hourly. Hourly is my preferred higher time frame to look at narrative and logic, look at the order flow. Here we have a bullish change in the state of delivery. At the moment, we are respecting that as we've come back to retest and pushed away. What do we have? Lots of low resistance liquidity through the highs here as well. All right, let's move over to ES. ES, shallow wick to the downside, but it is there. Same deal here. We need to see price be decisive and move past this level, or we're going to continue the move lower. But we are working with this SMT at the lows as well. So there's a bullish SMT here, which is a good sign for reversal. Dropping down to the hourly. Like NQ, we have a change in the state of delivery and price respecting that level also. Low resistance liquidity through the highs here. Bullish for ES. Jumping over to CL now. CL has been ranging. We did get the bearish move we were looking for yesterday. We swept the high and we had a bearish change in the state of delivery. Let it continue to work with that idea. We have low resistance liquidity through here. Let's have a look at the hourly. Because I think that change in the state of delivery has remained respected. I'm going to use this level right here. We swept the high. This is a leg that swept liquidity. So this swept out a lot of highs here, plus the previous day high. Price respected this perfectly, respected this bearish FEG, and this change in the state of delivery. You can see prices come all the way back up and just bounce straight off of that level. Because what else is it here? This is a hourly breakout plus FEG, a hourly unicorn. So we can run our projections off of this leg that swept liquidity and look to our target region, and gee, price almost got there. This is where we were looking for price to get to yesterday, and we just about got there. So good work with our bias yesterday. Let's see if we can keep that bias running today. We have all this low resistance liquidity through here to grab as well. I wouldn't mind even if we did see another sweep of this high before running lower. We don't have to get that, but that would be quite a strong move in my opinion. All right, 6E. Whoa, that's a strong hourly candle, isn't it? So we found some sort of support here. We're not out of a point of interest other than this daily low standing out with no wick to the downside. So we had a sweep of that. Now, if we get a close above here today, then that's going to signify continuation of this bullish price action. Not surprised to see some sort of pullback. We had multiple days of expansion here. So had a bit of a correction before potentially moving higher. So let's run bullish. Let's have a look at the hourly. I mean, take your pick of which level here you'd like as a change in state of delivery. Just about this leg here that swept liquidity. I like that. I'd even potentially look at, this being a level here. If we are unsure, we can always grab the line chart and we can see that down here, right here is where the change in the state of delivery occurred. We had a sweep the low here. So we have an hourly change in state of delivery. And we also have low resistance liquidity through the highs here. So that's our draw. You can see how decisive this candle was, grabbing all this low resistance liquidity through here. All right, gold smacked all-time highs out of the park yesterday. It was a great trade during New York AM. I didn't take that position. I really wish I had have. We'll have a quick look at that. But continuing this move higher here for gold. Look at this expansion candle, just so decisive. We've left a gap behind. We're going to see price continue higher, no doubt. And if we remain in respect of the top quarter of this daily candle, then I certainly anticipate us to expand higher today. So quickly drop to the 5-minute. We're looking at this trade during New York AM yesterday. Right here it is. So if you weren't able to get in on this breaker, say you didn't front run your trade and you got missed by a tick, then this was your next opportunity. A close above this opposing candle. This is a continuation trade. And we mess around a little bit, but we continue to respect each time we consolidated here. We continue to respect the opening price of that opposing candle before the rocket ship showed up and just out of the park. So if you had a long position here, stop at the low, if you were able to trail this and you trailed it effectively, you could have grabbed 5, 6R, something like that. Great little trade. And a couple of guys in our Trade Foundry community did take that trade. So remaining bullish for gold. Back out to the daily, over to Dixie. Where are we? So with Euro looking to move higher, looking for Dixie to move lower. We've already swept out previous day high as well. I'd be looking for price to want to retest down here somewhere. Let's head over to GU. We did have a bearish close, although indecisive. We had a bearish bias, but it doesn't really mean a lot when, we had this sort of small indecisive candle as an inside bar day. We have swept out previous day low now. And I'd still be looking for price to try and target the high here. What does the hourly show us? Probably just some consolidation. There's nothing really clean there. A lot of low resistance liquidity through the highs. A lot of low resistance liquidity. Be interesting to see how price goes. I am going to run with a bullish bias. Jumping over to a Bitcoin. How did Bitcoin go yesterday? Move lower. We are finding some legs here today. It'd be great if we can rebalance and give us a balanced price range here. If we can get a move to close beyond the previous day candle, that would be great. We have respected the bottom quarter of the previous day's range at the moment. Let's see if we can get up into this bearish FEG and even potentially get a close through there. A close above the highs here would be great. So we'll remain bullish, even though we didn't quite get it right yesterday. We'll remain bullish for now. Let's wrap up there, guys. Again, have a fabulous Friday. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Come and hang out with us in Trade Foundry. We'd love to have you over there. Grab your evals, your Apex and your Tradeify evals. And let's get winning. Have a great weekend, guys. Let us know in the comments what you're up to. What am I up to this weekend? I'll be working on my back deck. I've got to keep building that out. And I'll be watching the Formula One Australian Grand Prix on Sunday afternoon. That's definitely something I'll be doing this weekend. So let me know if you're into Formula One. I'd love to know. Feel free to leave a comment if there's anything you'd like to discuss, anything you'd like me to look at, work over. Feel free to just drop a comment, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.